Peter Glidden. Today I am your host, Mike Phillip. And as I was speaking before the break here in the second hour, this man, JF, something that he said to me really struck me, and that was that he says, you're telling me about this longevity. You're telling me it'll make me better. You're telling me I'll lose weight and look and feel better. He says, I'm looking at you, and you've got the body that I had when I was 18. And you definitely have color in your face. So, I'm a walking example of what longevity can do for you. All right, and if you're listening, JF, stay in touch with me and let's get you fixed up. We're going to talk to Princess in South Carolina. Princess, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Is that your real name?
Yes, it is.
That's beautiful. You know what? That's what my dad used to call my sister. Actually, I think maybe Punky. I think it was Princess a couple times. But that's a great name, Princess. So, you have pain in your feet, I understand.
Yes, real bad. I mean, up and down my leg, and both of my leg at times, but really in my right side. And the pain in my feet is just excruciating. It's ridiculous.
That is just awful. So, what, have you been diagnosed with anything?
They saying that they didn't tell me I got neuropathy, but they said that's what it sounds like. Hello? Hello?
I'm back. Are you still there, Princess?
Yes, I'm here now. Yes.
Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty with the Skype connection. So, before we lost the call, you were in the middle of telling me what your doctor was telling you, and what was the deal with that? Can you please repeat?
Yeah, he said I might have neuropathy in my feet.
Neuropathy?
Yes, sir. Okay,
I don't know what that is, but I'm going to tell you about an experience that I had, and that is with my wife, Jennifer. She had exactly what you are describing. She had foot pain from hell. And my wife is very young and beautiful, and she was scared that she wasn't going to be able to walk soon. She had countless surgeries to remove bunions, and it was a nightmare. She was just too young and beautiful. She was not a princess. Well, she's my princess, but she was too young and beautiful to be having these problems with her feet so young. Anyhow, what happened with us is we got on the longevity and we upped her calcium intake. From the naturopathic view, you need a lot of calcium. How much do you weigh?
240.
240? Okay. Are you currently taking any longevity products?
I was taking the glucose gel. I'm out of that, and the other stuff that go with it, but I don't have any more of that now.
Okay. Now tell me this: are you following that 10 bad food list? Are you avoiding meat like the plague?
Okay, nobody told me about the 10 bad foods because I heard Dr. Glidden talk about it, but I need to know what the 10 bad food is because I don't know.
Okay, well, you know what? That's easy. You can go to drpeterglidden.com, and you can click on a link and put in your email address, and he will send you the 10 bad food list absolutely free. To start with, the most important ones I'm going to mention right now: get off of wheat, grain, rye, barley, oats. All of it is punching holes in your small intestine, and it is wrecking your ability to absorb the nutrients that your body needs to fix this problem. And that is probably the single most important thing that I can tell you today, is to get off of anything with gluten in it. That means noodles that are made with wheat or with flour, and that includes the beer. And if you've ever had a gluten-free beer, they're absolutely disgusting. I don't think that I've ever had a good gluten-free beer, so I'll pretty much quit drinking that stuff. Oil in a bottle.
I'm on
Any
the
oil in
gluten-free.
a bottle. Sorry?
I got on the gluten-free food, and I can tell the difference in my body, you know, in the food now. I can tell the difference since I've been buying that gluten-free food.
Yeah, and you will feel a difference right away. You know, even if people don't want to take the longevity products, go gluten-free anyways. It'll be the biggest favor you could ever do to yourself, you know. And not only that, but I mean, you know, you can eat as healthy as you want, but the nutrients just aren't in the food anymore because of our soil condition. But if you absolutely can't take the longevity products, everybody else out there, go gluten-free. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is oil in a bottle. Oil, when oxygen hits it, starts to oxidize, and it produces a chemical called acrylamide. And acrylamide is poison. It causes cancer. It just wrecks you. So everybody laughs when Dr. Glidden comes to town and he shows a big picture of Colonel Sanders, and he says, this guy's been dead for years and he's still killing people. Well, it's true. If you look at areas of the world where they eat things with a lot of oil, fried foods, cancer rates are off the charts, mortality rates are high. And like I said before, the very best thing you can possibly do is avoid all that. And it sounds like you've already started with the gluten-free lifestyle, and that's wonderful. Like you said, you feel it right away, and that was the same thing with me. Now, addressing this problem in your feet, we've got to get you on a healthy bone and joint pack. And what a healthy bone and joint pack is simply a healthy start pack with glucogel caps added, and a little tub of a product called CM Cream. And what that does is a topical cream, and it reduces pain in joints and ligaments and whatnot. So you're 230 pounds, am I correct?
Yeah, 240.
Oh, 240. Okay, so
I'm too heavy. Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's okay. You're working on fixing it. You know what? I don't believe it's your fault that you're a little too heavy. And you should have been told a long time ago the steps that you could have taken in order to fix that or avoid it altogether. I mean, Dr. Wallach's study has been in the Smithsonian since what? Like he started this in 1975, and people don't know this. So you've been cheated. You've been cheated out of the good life that you could have had. But that's okay. You know why? Because you found longevity, and you're smart enough to chase after it. So you're going to need one healthy start pack per 100 pounds body weight. So you're going to need 2.5 a month. All right. And you're going to have to take one glucogel cap per 10 pounds body weight every day. So that means you're going to have to take 23 of those suckers.
23
every day.
Ooh.
Yep. And yeah, I know it's a lot. It seems like a lot, but you know what? The benefits outweigh the inconvenience of having to take a few pills a few times a day. And, you know, here's the deal. I still work. I still have a job. I'm working on, I just recently made SCMD with longevity, so I'm trying to work myself into a position where I can just do longevity full time. And when I go to work, I just get a Ziploc bag. I put 3 sweeties in it, 2 cell shield RTQs, about 9 EFA plus, and I take them over the course of the day. It's really not a problem at all once you get used to it.
Okay.
So that's what I would do. And once your body gets the right amount of what it needs, you're going to see significant differences. You will start losing weight. We gain weight because we eat too many calories in the naturopathic view. I'm not a naturopathic doctor, but I've listened to Dr. Glidden, Dr. Wallach enough to know this. You eat too many calories. Why? Because your body is screaming for 90 essential minerals, vitamins, and amino and fatty acids. And if you can get those to your body, it knows what to do. It knows. You're not suffering from a drug deficiency. You're not suffering from a deficiency of stomach staples. you are suffering from a deficiency in 90 essential amino and fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals. And it is that simple, my friend.
Okay.
And so we don't claim to heal anything. What we do is we support and promote the healthy function and structure of your body and its vital organs. So, how long have you been? You said you had been taking some products and you recently ran out. So I assume you're all signed up, or did you get them from a friend or what?
I'm gonna call that number I got for you guys. I'm gonna call it and order what you just told me to get the 2.5 healthy pack. And
you know what? I'm gonna give you a website. You got a pen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, I want you to write this down. PhilipHealthAndNutrition.com. Philip spelled F-I-L-I-P. F-I-L-I-P, healthandnutrition.com.
Yep.
And that is our longevity group out here in Camrose. And if you go there, you're going to see a picture of a guy named Garrett Phillip, and that is my brother. And Garrett is one smart cookie, and he will help you out. And if you ever have any problems, you'll be able to email or call him, and he'll help you anytime. He's a pretty busy guy, but he will go out of his way to help you with any issues you're having with taking your products or anything like that. Does that sound good to you?
That sounds good. I've been wanting that. Yes, sir. Yes.
Absolutely. And not only that, but here's the other thing, too. DrPeterGlidden.com. Let's use these resources that have been made available. You can go to DrPeterGlidden.com, click on Radio Show, and on the right side of the page is a list of every kind of illness or ailment or disease or pain issue you could think of. And all you got to do is click on one of those, and you'll get Dr. Glidden himself on his radio show directly talking to the issues that you want to discuss or want to know about. I'm Mike Phillip, filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. If you want to stay there, Princess, we'll talk to you on the other side. You're listening to Fire Your MD Now radio show. Coming back at you live from Fire Your MD Now radio show. Mike Phillip filling in. And that I am proud to call my friend Dr. Peter Glidden. Princess, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
All right, so we established that you are going to take 1 glucogel cap per 10 pounds body weight. That makes 24 a day. You're going to take 2.5 Healthy Start packs per month. And what I would like you to do, Princess, if you're going to get in touch with PhilipHealthAndNutrition.com, let them know what your progress is. And like I said, they'll be more than happy to work with you on this issue. And don't be afraid to call back on a day when Dr. Peter Glidden is in. You know, that guy is so busy. He runs all over Canada and the United States spreading this message tirelessly. And I don't know if you've ever met him, but he is absolutely a blast to hang out with. He is not a stuffed shirt at all. He's a fun guy. Anyhow, Princess, we're going to let you go. Thanks for calling in. Great to talk to you. And you have a great day. All right. So, at the beginning of the show, if you were listening, I read a quote from Dr. Benjamin Rush. All right? I'm going to read it again. I want you to listen to this. I want you to think about it. Unless we put medical freedom into the Constitution, the time will come when medicine will organize into an undercover dictatorship and force people who wish doctors and treatment of their own choice to submit to only what the dictating outfit offers. That's Dr. Benjamin Rush, a signature on the Declaration of Independence. So, and you might say to me, why would you care about a signer of the Declaration of Independence? You're from Canada, Mike. Well, as I said earlier, I am a U.S. citizen. I'm a dual citizen. There's a lot of people that have pretty strong opinions on that, but that's how it is. I care a lot about what happens in the United States of America. I've got family down there that I love. I haven't talked to them in quite some time, a lot of them, but I love them and I want them to do good. I want everybody to be free. I want freedom to choose whatever medical procedures you want. I want people to be able to be free to choose whatever kind of food they want to eat. Here at Longevity, we don't care what skin color you are. We don't care about your sexual preference. We don't care what patch of dirt you were born on. If you're a human being, we want you to be in optimum health. We want you to have money in your pocket, and we want you to have a long and rich life to enjoy with your grandchildren or anybody you have around you. But we've got the key. The key is 90 essential minerals, vitamins, and amino and fatty acids every single day. So, and here's the other thing now I'd like to talk about, socialized healthcare in Canada. Not many people know this, but significantly, healthcare flourished in Canada before Medicare. Through the 19th and the early 20th century, we did arguably a better job than the Americans of giving our people health care because we maintained higher standards of medical education, professional organization, produced more competent doctors, and benefited immensely from the nursing traditions of religious orders of the VON. Now, that's all a matter of opinion, right? But, that's the conventional wisdom up here. I remember when I was a kid, there was this big guffaw over Canada will not have a two-tiered healthcare system. Now, what was happening is they wanted to allow for privatization within the healthcare industry, but a bunch of politicians who wouldn't have a job if we, backed off the socialized aspect of healthcare, freaked out and basically painted a nightmare scenario in which rich people were getting better health care than the poor. Okay? Now, in all reality, if you're a politician in Canada, you can hike down to the States if you have the money, and you can go to a clinic in Mexico or anywhere you want. A lot of people do that. But there was this big debate. We will not have a two-tiered healthcare system in Canada because that would not be fair. Well, first of all, ain't nothing fair. Never is. All right? Get used to it. Deal with it. That princess knows that. Anyhow, moving right along, it's gotten to the point where our healthcare system has been culturally equated with being a Canadian. It's like if you disagree with anybody that we cannot let go of the current system, you're automatically labeled as unpatriotic by people that like to wrap themselves in the flag. Yeah, we got problems with that in Canada too, Americans. I hear the music. That means the break's coming up. I will be back to discuss this and more. Call me. Let's talk. And it was actually really strange to me that Dr. Glidden asked me to do this. But he's a very intelligent man, and he must have thought through our conversations and interactions that I would be good at it, because I doubt that he would let his baby go to somebody that couldn't handle it. And I'm getting better as time goes on. I'd like to read you a quote from Thomas Jefferson. If people let the government decide what foods they eat and what medicines they take, their bodies will soon be in as sorry a state as are the souls of those who live under tyranny. Okay? Michelle Obama wants to run around and tell everybody what they can and can't eat. When you grow up in Canada, you're given a copy of, right in kindergarten, you're given a copy of this chart. It's called the Canada Food Guide. And I run into this thing all the time. When like I said earlier, people are finding out about gluten and the destructive effects of it. But there's still that group of people that, what about the Canada Food Guide? Bread and cereals is on the Canada Food Guide. The government would never ever tell me to eat something that was not good for me. Okay, well, here's my response. Thomas Jefferson. If people let the government decide what foods they eat and what medicines they take, their bodies will soon be in as sorry a state as are the souls of those who live under tyranny. So, if you're living in a country where there's no food, right, and you're starving and you haven't got anything to eat, it's really no different than if you live here and you live on Hot Pockets and Jujubes, because you're getting no nutritional value out of that food. And not only that, but you can eat all kinds of fruits and vegetables, and you know what? It will do you good. But the fact of the matter is, our soil is depleted. The minerals that need to be there just aren't there anymore. Well, guess what? Here comes longevity. We've got a soil revitalizer with 77 minerals that will bring the ground back to life and start producing the way it's supposed to. I'm going to give you another Thomas Jefferson quote to think about. The doctors of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patient in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. You ever hear that saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? Well, it's a fact. Don't get all messed up in the first place is the best advice you can give somebody. We were at, I hear it all the time. I had some people from another supplement company really angry at me at a conference that we were doing because people were very interested in what we were pushing to longevity. And, our table had a crowd of people around it the whole time. Poor Ash James and Duffy, her husband, that's Dr. Glidden's personal assistant. They were really working that day to keep up. And Dr. Glidden was back there himself. So, I had these people going off about, that it wasn't fair and this and that. And so I got looking at their product, okay. And basically it's a fruit juice, and they've added in some boron, and they've added in some, some things that you need, right? But they're lacking in all 90 essential minerals, vitamins, and amino and fatty acids. Now, I'm guessing that Thomas Jefferson never had an inkling that a man named Joel Wallach would come along one day and figure this out. But you know what? He knew that somebody would. And they knew it back then. It's just amazing. Another funny thing, you hear these urban legends, right? Urban legends, stories of things that happened. I knew this guy. He went over to Thailand. He went to a bar and had a few drinks, and he woke up in the bathtub with a gauze bandage taped to his side, and somebody had roofied him and stole his kidney. Stole his kidney. Well, I'm glad that I live in North America and that kind of thing doesn't happen, right? Wrong. Here's the deal. At the last conference we had, there was a lady there. She stood up and was talking with Dr. Glidden. Turns out that on the operating table, the doctors removed the wrong kidney. So now she had a malfunctioning one, and that's it. And do you think anybody went to jail or got their wrists slapped? Nope. According to some of the statistics that Dr. Glidden has put out there, I'm not sure of his source, but I trust the guy. He's saying that like 50% of doctors have been found to be drug addicts. And you know what? They're people. They are fallible. They make mistakes. We all do. There has to be a certain amount of forgiveness here, right? Well, here's the thing. If you've done something over and over and over again for years and years and gotten bad results to the end that people have actually died, well, it's not a mistake anymore. It's not a mistake anymore, and we need to intervene. How are we going to intervene with that situation? I'll tell you how. Go to PhilipHealthNutrition.com, get a hold of Garrett Phillip, email him, do whatever you got to do, and we will line you up with longevity. And you can get on these products yourself, and you can look good, you can feel good, you'll have more energy. I have been just going crazy this year. I've been on longevity for 1 full year, and I cannot sit still. Yesterday morning I was up like a shot at 4 o'clock in the morning. I power paced around the house for a bit, drinking coffee, had my tangerine, had my EFAs, had my Cell Shield, had my Sweeties. I take all these things, my cherry minerals, OsteoFX, love it. Love, love, love it. Then I bought my wife a really nice bicycle, and I jumped on that thing, and I went for 2 trips around the lake, got back, and started working in the yard. When your body is properly nutritionalized, the batteries don't run out. My mother was telling me, when she used to go to work, around 11 o'clock or so, she'd be hitting the wall. She had no energy and could hardly function, and she had to get some food in her. What was happening is her tank of her nutrient tank was running dry. So her body was crying out for those essential minerals, amino acids, and fatty acids and vitamins. And now that she's on the longevity, she looks great. Her hair is beautiful red. There's no gray in it whatsoever. Copper, hey? And that's something. You don't need L'Oreal. You need copper. The selenium, you know, copper and selenium work off of each other. You can't have one without the other. Nutrients travel in packs. That's what Dr. Wallach found. And if you will listen to Dr. Wallach's show every day, after about 6 months, probably less time, you'll have a better handle on how to clear up, let's say 900 different health and pain and disease issues. And it is just wonderful watching everybody around me get a better quality of life. And not only that, but if you really get active with the business end of it, you probably won't even be paying for your vitamins in about 3 months. That's how long it took for me, where I was getting paid for my sign-ups and my downline on the products that they were ordering. And, I don't even pay for my vitamins anymore. Everything goes on a card, and I order on my auto ship with that card every single month. And, there's been times, too, where I got a little too generous and started handing out stuff to people just to get them to try it. Well, a lot of times, if you just give people something, it has no value. A lot of them people, I had some of them come back to me and they'd say, that stuff is great. I got all kinds of energy. My wife and I aren't fighting anymore. She's in a good mood. Right back. Anyhow, I hear the music. That means we got a break coming up. We got no break. Sorry about that. That was a technical difficulty. And I was talking about the improvement in the quality of life that comes with longevity. Now, I've dealt with people that have, they're almost crying on the phone because they're so scared. And, basically their doctor has told them, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. Well, you know what? That was probably the best thing that ever happened to you, because it lit a fire under you to go and seek out something better. And this is better, trust me. Now, we do need doctors. We need MDs. We need them for if you get into a car accident, if you get stabbed, if you fall in a hole, if you get shot. They're great at trauma. And Dr. Glidden is always giving them credit for that. What they are bad at is bowing to peer pressure, and pressure from pharmaceutical companies to put people on drugs that are, basically creating 5 problems to mask one. They don't fix things. They just cover it up. Not only that, but a lot of them wreck your stomach, and you'll feel just awful taking these stupid drugs all the time. Now, another interesting thing about them, SSRIs have been found to be present just about always when there's a school shooting, when there's these drugs are making people insane. And in fact, a lot of them have it right on the insert, will cause psychotic breaks. So, we need to take everybody's guns away because people are getting drugged up and killing people. No, we need to get them off the drugs, and we can get them properly nutritionalized so that they have the right frame of mind to deal with life and love their neighbor. And really, that's all it comes down to. Just sometime do yourself a favor. I do this all the time, just, researching things. Go to startpage.com. That's startpage.com. Started by Dr. Catherine Albright, who also has a radio show on this network. Big shout out to her. And do a search of quotes by the founding fathers of your country when it comes to medicine. I've read a few today. And, these guys warned you. They told you. They knew this was coming. It was just inevitable that everything was going to be taken over by a bunch of scum, because it always rises to the top. But, it never ceases to amaze me when I read, the doctors of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patient in the care of the human frame and diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. How simple is that? I mean, Dr. Glidden has a CD called Healing is Easy, right? Well, I'll tell you what, healing is easy. Drugs and surgery are complicated. The number to call in 1-866-582-9933. 1-866-582-9933. And I'm calling this Free for All Friday. If you had a medical disaster in your family due to something that a doctor did, or if you are a longevity rep and you're wildly successful, we want to talk to you. Now, just in the news a little while back, talk about opportunities for a longevity rep. Think about this, okay? 18-year-old girl from the province of New Brunswick. She goes and runs in a marathon in the city of Toronto in Ontario. All right? Valedictorian, beautiful girl, athletic, smart. She goes and runs in this big race, and she drops dead. Well, what if there was a longevity rep there with 10 packets of Rebound on them, able to get that to that girl right now? She might have lived. You know, that's just on not die. Right back on Welcome back to the Fire Female Radio Show. I'm Mike Phillips, filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. The call number to talk to me about longevity or anything you want. Remember, this is Free for All Friday. 1-866-582-9933. Again, that's 1-866-582-9933. Now, with longevity, before I found longevity, I was a supplementer from way back. Like I was taking a million different things and spending a lot more money on supplements. But you know what? I was getting a really good. I was getting a good result from that, but not half of what I've gotten from the longevity. But you know what? I've learned about a million little tricks that a person can use in daily life. You know, if you don't want to walk around smelling like deep woods all summer just to keep the mosquitoes off you, try cinnamon oil. Put some cinnamon oil on your wife to keep the mosquitoes off of her, and she will smell great. Take it from me. There's just so many things you can do to avoid chemicals and plastics, and that we're inundated in this society with things that we probably shouldn't have around us, but we do. What I like about longevity is that, I almost feel like I can bounce back from just about anything. You know, there's all this talk about genetically modified food, bisphenol A in the plastics, cancer-causing Wi-Fi signals, smart meters. You know, there's a full-out assault on your health actively happening right now. But guess what? God in his wisdom made your body to be able to fix itself and deal with almost anything that comes along. And I've never really heard Dr. Glidden or Dr. Wallach talk about radiation. I've never heard them talk about smart meters. I've never heard them talk about Wi-Fi signals. I don't know if it's just off the radar with them or if they have an opinion on it. I'm going to phone Dr. Glidden and ask him about that one time on his show. But like I say, if you look around, there is a natural way of dealing with things all around you. Like I said, mosquitoes, cinnamon oil. Oil of oregano, you can put it around your deck, little drops of it. And if you've ever smelled oil of oregano, you'll sympathize with why mosquitoes hate it, because it's just awful. I used to put it on my arms to keep the mosquitoes off, but I was walking around smelling like a pizza all the time. The cinnamon oil is definitely a better way to go. We had a little issue with spiders getting into our drain. And last year, I got bit by a black widow 3 times. And I didn't know what happened. I woke up in the middle of the night, and it felt like my lungs were filling with fluid. And I couldn't think straight. I couldn't even think to wake up my wife to let her know that I was having a problem. So I sat there all night, struggled to breathe. Well, after a while of this happening, basically, I think I'm immune to spider venom because I felt one biting me one night. I woke up, slapped it, went back to sleep, no problems. But through my research, I found that spiders taste through their feet. Interesting, right? Spiders taste through their feet, and they hate lemons. They hate lemon juice. They hate anything citrusy. Peppermint they don't like. So, you know, you can make a solution of lemon juice, peppermint, whatever. Put it around your house. It'll smell great, and no more spiders. And that beats using an arachnid poison, which is also a human poison. If it kills something alive, it's going to kill you. You know, and from what I've heard, these things can build up in your body, and it's just amazing. Also, I'm going to give Alex Jones a call tomorrow on his show, and I'm going to tell him, get off the gluten, buddy, because I don't see any evidence that he is. And I love the guy. I love listening to his show. I don't agree with everything he says. But honestly, it is because of GCN Network and the Alex Jones Show that I found longevity, that I had a wonderful, tremendous opportunity to meet Dr. Peter Glidden, and I'm looking forward to meeting Dr. Wallach in the future. We're actually working on bringing him to cameras now. Looks like I'm done here. It has been an absolute pleasure to talk to you today. Visit philiphealthandnutrition.com, F-I-L-I-P, philiphealthandnutrition.com, and have a great weekend. God bless you all.